make sound effects because you don't have to have any dialogue for this story. And also I performed it at the American Natural History Museum in New York, and it was so funny. Luckily it was the end of my program because it just inspired the kids to run out and see all the dinosaurs. And so one of the women who was watching said, you know, you should patent this and sell it at the museum. It would just get the kids really excited about it. This is a dinosaur. And so I asked them to look at this and tell me what's happening in the sea. Can you make the sound of the sea?
The sound of crack.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a great sound. Okay. And then, yeah. Oh, no, we don't need that because we don't have
okay, sorry.
We're just practicing Kamishibai now. Next time. All right. So we're going to make, I want to hear everybody make a cracky sound. Oh, very good. And suddenly, so what sound would that be? That's a good sound. Okay, in Japan it would be right? Yeah. But, you know, an American audience could make up, what did you say? Or like pop. Kids will say pop. And it popped over. Okay, so then usually I have them start that over again, but I'll move on. So then the baby, and I said, well, what would the baby say? You think? Looking around. When suddenly behind him he sees, what do you think?
Big dinosaur.
So what would a big dinosaur say?
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay, so then I have them, just make sure my cards are going so that's pretty funny. Okay, so we're going to do that from the top. So now you know what's going to happen. Suddenly, and suddenly, so what do you think happens next? So usually at this point I get kids saying, that was a terrible story.
Oh my God.
Right? That's the end of the story, right there. But this is a perfect way to tell them, because they do this all the time, right? You get up to that first peak and then the story's over. Wait a minute, that's not enough. Okay, so you didn't like this story? So I said, okay, we'll go back to the beginning. I'll take that terrible card out. I'll make it a little longer. All right, now you know how it goes. Let's hear it. Suddenly. Okay, this time. What's happening? Okay, now I can't do this because my voice is bad. But if you have a character with their mouth open like this, what sound would be coming out? Okay. But something else is happening from the top. What's happening? Well, it could be that, or suddenly from above, save just. Everybody feels bad. All right, but is this a good guy necessarily? He's flying along and suddenly, what's that? Oh no, that's really strange. So, what's that? Yeah, you're making it, but it would be more like a surprise. And let go, and what is it? Brontosaurus. So, a what? Brontosaurus, could be a brontosaurus, a long neck. And, okay, so what happens next, do you think? Slice out that. All right, now Japanese has a perfect expression for this. It would be kono, 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 right? It's rolling down the neck. But we don't have it in English, so it's a good one. Like rutabaga, rutabaga, rutabaga. I've heard so many different, like, that's pretty good. Bong, bong. He's going doo-doo-doo. Zoom in. And suddenly, bong. Okay, so now I ask everybody, is this a good guy? You don't think he's a good guy?
Yeah, maybe.
And he's not a carnivore.
Okay, carnivore.
Yeah. So, it takes him home. And that was the first day of the life of Studio. You're great at sound effects.
Oh.
Okay, so this is this is a story that is probably the closest to street performance art that I've gotten. off
And
for
you
the
can
rest.
have alternate endings.
Exactly. And actually, I've had students do that. It was just wonderful. I had a student who, and he also did a dinosaur story, but he had done this Looney Tune technique that I never used, where at the very end, you know, it all comes in on the main character.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was called the Dino Mom. And the Dino Mom at the end becomes the Dino Queen, and it's zoomed in on just her face. So then, unbeknownst to me, because this little boy was so prolific with drawing, he'd gone on to make a whole other episode where they went on this pirate ship. And they ended up at this other island. And then she met a Dino King. And so at the very end, she became the Dino Queen. And we were on the same card. He used the same card at the end of